Hello guys, and welcome to UFR, also known as Unofficial Front Row Racing League. So we've had a few, get straight to the point if we're honest, we've had a few mishaps with Christmas time, as we know it goes. For some of us in the admin team have had a few problems. That's why we've had a bit of delays on posts coming out, and last week's event being broadcasted. We did have excuse me, someone in line to at least host the session, but not enough drivers got the message in time, so we are now rerunning it. Information on driver standings and constructor standings was released today on when they will be out, and that will be the 28th of December, all up to date. And yeah, just to finish off, this is our last race of 2018. So yeah, it's a shame we've only got 7, but with the problems we've had, I think a few drivers didn't know and whatnot what was going on. So, but it'd be interesting because there's a few key drivers missing, like Sun and big championship lead he's got. So his teammates here, so he might be able to close that gap down. But yeah, so what I'll quickly do while these guys are all out and it is raining, intermediate tire conditions, yeah, go through a little bit of things we've got coming out. As I said, the drivers' constructors tables will be released on the 28th of December, along with the race results of Silverstone and Germany combined. So yeah, watch out for that. Ooh, it's Granny Boy, a little bit of movement pushing his luck there. But yeah, that's on the 28th. On the 29th, we're going to be holding a multiplayer championship on PS4 with the classic cars. It's going to be 10 races, 5 lap races, reverse grids. Just a bit of fun and interesting time around Christmas and New Year. So if you're interested in that, the post will be released tomorrow. Jot your PSN name down in the comments and take part in the fun. It will be a grid of 20, but we're going to mix it up. The draw will be done for the tracks a day before of what tracks are going to be done, but the cars will be revealed throughout the Christmas week over the next 7 days, with what cars will be used in order, and the tracks will be revealed 24 hours before the event takes place. So we'll just jump on board on music there a minute. But yeah, so that's something to look forward to. We're hoping to live broadcast it. It'll probably be me myself doing it, unless we can get someone else, but I'm hoping I can take part because it'd be a bit of fun. So yeah, as it goes, there's no championship tables or whatnot because a little bit busy behind the scenes. Need to sink my teeth into that over the Christmas period, and we'll get on and update everyone on the 28th. So those are the few things that are going on, because with Christmas and New Year around the corner now, we're going to have a 2-week break also. So this is our last race of 2018, as I stated at the start of my speech, if you will. But yeah, after this we will not have an official race, well, league race, until was it the 3rd of January, which would be the Thursdays, and the 6th of January for the Sundays. So 2 weeks apart. Drivers get a little bit of break and can enjoy Christmas and New Year without having to worry about playing video game and championship, what's going on. Also over Christmas, I've said it over the past 2 broadcasts I've done, we will be releasing information of how car choice will work next year. So drivers need to keep an eye on that, and it'd be interesting because I think it'd make the championship a little bit more fighty when the drivers see what is in store into season 2 as car choice goes. So yeah, a few little things to watch out for over the Christmas period on the UFR page, Unofficial Front Row Racing page. And yeah, if you're interested in joining us, all our drivers are not here this evening, in all honesty, because of the mishaps, but yeah, we do have about two free seats opening for Thursdays. So if you're interested, drop us a message on Facebook and Unofficial Front Row Racing, and yeah, we'll get you involved in the racing as soon as possible. But yeah, as we go, we've got a bit more time to focus on quali. See who's going out. Are they all out? Yeah, they all seem out apart from me and Darren James. See how these guys get on this evening. I don't know what the race is doing. Sunday's race did take place this Sunday just gone, and it was quite eventful. I mean, myself coming to get UFR, put it in the wall coming out of pits before I could even get to grips in Q1, so that's what no practice does for you. But come from the back to finish third, and it was interesting throughout the field. Farfpod picked up second, and I think it was Ismis to pick up the win, so fair play, it was interesting. Old John Heave and Terry wasn't there, so opened up the doors for everyone else, and my big mistake, yeah, for everything away. And then Doran had a surprising DNF, no steward's report, which is good to see, so maybe it was just his own mistake, but yeah, so Sundays were interesting. Grids are quite nice. It's a shame about Sunday. A lot of drivers couldn't make that event either. I think there was about 5 or 6 missing, but yeah, that grid is full, but keep your eyes on the page over Christmas, guys, because we will be releasing information as seats come up, if they do, or currently the seats are available on Thursday league at present. So currently we sat with Granny Boy provisional pole for 122.5 in intermediate conditions, with Uzi with a 23.1 and that's great, 23.5, and Wallace Pup with a 23.8. so yeah, quite close. It'd be interesting to see what these guys are doing. It'd be interesting to see what the race is doing. They all seem to be a bit fueled to go for, what, 3-4 runs at the moment. I mean, we've been on board with Granite Boys. He's just improved to a 22.3 now, so we'll see what S. Graham is currently sat in third. Is he on a, oh, maybe we're flying up here, so we'll see what S. Graham's doing as he comes around the down to the Mercedes stand of this section. Tricky little corner this. Car's a bit understeer on the way in, and you want to be getting the power down as early as possible. In the dry it's tricky enough, for these guys in the wet it's going to be dancing on ice, so but we'll see how they get on as qualifying goes. Doesn't look like it's going to dry up, but S. Graham now 2 temps up on his current time, so ooh, and now he's currently, that was lovely. Never nice for the driver to make a mistake, but to keep it out of the wall like that, no damage, nicely done there by S. Graham. Kept control of his car at all times. See if he pushes on for another lap a minute, or is he gonna? No, he's not even bothering with that. We'll jump back down to Wallace Pup, who I believe is on his second set of intermediate tyres, which would say to me that the race would be dry, because you would want to be saving a couple of sets of these. It was wet, so yeah, we'll see what Wallace Pup's doing. He might be on a flying lap as we speak. Coming around the stadium section now. 2 little flicks, and then we're into the penultimate corner, which again is like it's one long corner when you get it right. The exit, you don't really want to be attacking the exit curb in these conditions, but you can in the dry. Coming up to the line, he's on a 123.1 and put himself into second, so Wallace Pup's looking a bit competitive here. He's only a reserve driver, was available for the drive tonight, and yeah, he did give me a message saying he was going to aim for the top 5, and I said I was expecting big things from him to win, so yeah, you keep going, Wallace. That's a nice little lap. Seems he's backed off, so we'll see who we've got. Uzi on an out lap. What's Luke Smywalker doing? Comes up to the line. It's an improvement of nearly a second now. Now he's on a 123.4 and slots himself into 4th there. So I don't know what the drivers are doing, but it seemed they're all like fueling the car for that one flying lap. As Hayes getting completely out of the way there of someone. Who was that? It might have just been Luke Smywalker, but here we go. Who's this? Uzi coming up to the line. He's just, I believe this will be his second go at flying lap here. Yeah, well, we run the rules on strict here. Turn 1 is a bit tricky, a little bit too much on the out curb. You can get a invalidated lap or a warning in the race. Uzi really drifting out of there of 2 into 3. So yeah, these guys doing a nice little job. I didn't have any practice or conditions in the wet for the Sunday race, so no ideas what this would be like for the drivers or what we could expect pole to be, but yeah, now Uzi up at the hairpin, which would join onto the old section or sort of layout of the track, which was a shame because I did like that layout. Sort of really had to get the set right between low downforce and enough mechanical grip and the downforce there for the stadium section, but now we're here with this and it's not a bad track. But Uzi now coming up to the end of sector 2. What have we got? We're getting no current readings of if this is an improved lap or whatnot, but holding on quite nicely. I think he made a mistake on his last 5 laps, so could be a bit of an improvement coming up here by Uzi actually. Time quick and steady, lifting through there. You can see that there's no real grip. I know Uzi is an assist user, so that's a sure sign of a driver having to work for it. But here comes Uzi. It's going to be quick. It's pole. It's pole by, what's that, 600th of a second there. So nicely done by Uzi. He's just set the pace of a 122.3 ahead of Granty Boy by 600ths of a second there. So yep, the guys are starting to find the grip and where they want to be and whatnot. So it's all getting fun. Is Uzi going on for another lap? Unsure. We'll come back and check on that. We've got Granny Boy in the pits, Wallace Pup in the pits. I believe that's Luke Smile just coming out. S. Graham. No, that might be S. Graham. No, yeah, it was S. Graham. Sorry. And Granny Boy in the background there looked like he's just coming on track because Hayes very slow in the Mercedes, and Jeremy James still sat in the pit, so he's going to be one to watch. So we'll jump back on board with Uzi and see what is going on here as we come to the end of sector 2. He's looking quite steady. He's putting a few laps. He's 9/10 down, so I don't think he's really going for. The fuel lights flashing as well, so no, I believe he'll come into bits and give us one last show to see if he can hold on to pole. But let's have a flick down to Granty Boy. He is on his out lap, so he's the guy that's up there wanting probably to sneak that provisional pole back from Uzi, so we'll keep an eye on him, see when he starts his out lap. But Wallace Pup is currently saying he's on an out lap, so a few drivers all sort of winding up. S. Graham coming up to start his flying lap. So I'll tell you what, guys, we'll stay on board with Granty Boy, who looks like a guy that's gonna take the fight to Uzi here. And without Sun being here, it's all up for grabs, just like it was for Sunday. Without John being there, he seems to be really settling into the league and producing win after win after win. So here we go. Anyway, Granty Boy, what have you got in these conditions of Germany? Going to turn 1 is very low compared to the dry, but that's all drivers having to go through that pain at the moment. But sector 1 ends after 3 corners. 3 corners sound simple, but they're actually pretty tricky in the wet and dry. So here we go. He's done a 19.1. Excuse me. And unsure, because we're not getting the telemetry of if he's improved or whatnot. Let's jump on board with Granty Boy and see what's going on. We haven't had him on board look around Germany yet. So coming out of the hairpin, very easy on the throttle, shifting up nicely, now allowing the car to explore what it's got power wise. A little bit of drift there, so I reckon these guys have all got their dry setups on, because the way their cars are slipping and sliding. I know Germany's a slippery track, but no, it shouldn't be like this. But again, we've got a 19.1, so I've got my own indicator, guys. So when we come around the exit of this left-hander or mid-apex, yeah, this is roughly the same pace as Uzi, so may just nick it. We shall see. Go around the penultimate corner now, touching the apex, just about go around the final corner. Power down as early as possible on a 19, we're on a 20, we are on a 22.1. It was quicker by just under 10. So Granty Boy has nicked pole off of Uzi provisionally at the moment. Do we have any drivers on a lap? I believe S. Graham's just let Granty Boy fall, so don't see any improvements through a second. No, he's massively down. Who we got? We've got Wallace Pup. It's saying 18.7. Reference point, this is not a fast lap. I believe Wallace, maybe on an in lap or an out lap, we'll find out shortly and see what Wallace Pup is up to. He's a driver that's a second off pole at the moment, but it is within his reach. I don't know if he's going to have enough time, but we'll see about that with 3 minutes to go here in Germany. So Hayes is a driver that I thought would have been pushing to get the maximum out of this race with his teammate not being here. He is in a Mercedes, didn't pick his car, it's fine. He will be registered after the race as driving a Toro Rosso. Jeremy James, here we go. He's finally out on track. A driver I know is quick. Looks like a driver that runs a lot of rake as well, so his setup's interesting there. What have we got people doing? Granny Boy looks like he's gone for a second flying lap. Is this a bigger improvement? He's off by just under 2 tenths there, so that's interesting. Uzi, oh, we have just lost Uzi. Is there anybody out on track or roundabouts? No. Hayes is having his own little wonder. Jamie James is still preparing. We can't see what has happened to Uzi there, but more than likely in these conditions terminal damage, because you want to be out on track towards this part of the session. But here's Granny Boy coming up to hairpin. S. Graham behind him, looking like he's being a bit sneaky here and following lines. Who we got? Jamie James winding up now, so we'll just stick on board with Granny Boy, see if he's improving. Around sector 2, I believe it just came up that he's just over a tenth down on his current best, which hasn't been pole. So sector 2 just coming before we jump on board with Jamie James. Granny Boy, what you've done, he's just off, it's 600s off, so S. Graham, what are you doing? No reading from you. A man I want to jump on board with has gone into the pit, so we will follow Granny Boy to the end of his lap with 1 minute and 20 seconds to go now. So who driver is going to be doing what? It looks like Wallace Pup is on his out lap, so he may just sneak in one more go. But Granny Boy up to the line, he's just off, and S. Graham's in the pits, so that's unfortunate. Yeah, Granny Boy just off his current pole time of 22.1 there. Yeah, Germany's a tricky track, it's quite short, so every little bit of this track counts around. But currently on board with Wallace Pup, this is his out lap. Nobody else would seem to be on one, so Wallace Pup, it's all on you. All drivers will be watching, everybody else viewing this is watching as well once it is put out there. And here we go. What have you got, Wallace? Let's jump on board with you for one special lap around Germany. Coming into turn 1, got to get this one right. Got to check it in though, wet or dry. Yeah, he's got it wrong. He may have just got that wrong and invalidated this lap straight off the bat there, but we shall see as we come down to sector 1. Wide on the apex of 2, didn't even really get near it. 3 is a little kink, and it's gone. It's gone. Wallace Pup has absolutely binned it there. Unfortunate. And I believe if I just have a little flick through, apart from Granny Boy, who, as Wallace Pup now retires, is obviously on a cool down in that, probably happy with that. And one out last time out in Silverstone, so can he double up and start to make hay in the Thursday league, because he's found some performance in the Sunday league. That's one thing I can say. So yeah, interesting there. Me and Wallace Pup did have a chat, and he was probably a bit annoyed I was on board with him, but he was the only car on track. I wasn't planning to do it, and yeah, that turn 1 probably really heaved him under the collar there, so we'll see how the guys get on. But it is qualifying as it stands, and it's Granny Boy in pole position in McLaren. Uzi is second in the Ferrari, 2 tenths off. S. Graham is third for Renault. 4th is Wallace Pup reserve for Ferrari. Luke Smywalker is 5th for Haas, and then Hayes and Jamie James no time. So I mean, it's interesting because all drivers will have free choice of tyres, given the fact of it was intermediate conditions with the rain. So yeah, as we go, there's going to be a formation lap, and these guys get a few seconds to prepare their car. So might be an interesting race with Jamie James at the back, but as you can see, it's overcast-ish with sunshine there, so I'd say it's just cloudy. But the driver's now climbing into the cockpit, getting ready, settling in. Excuse me, guys. All these drivers here this evening can benefit from sun not being here, who seems to have locked out that top step on the podium quite a lot throughout this season. So I believe his win ratio is like 75%. So bar the incident they had, I must admit, in Silverstone, where the cars kind of got stuck in the pits, and it was unexplainable, obviously a glitch that still hasn't been picked because fixed, sorry, because that's been one going from day 1 of game release. But yeah, it's all up for grabs for these guys, so anyone can win and reap the rewards as it goes. So, but let's just get some information up there. We'll start with tyres, and every single driver is on the soft compound. The tyre compounds here for this event, as Hayes is really having a moment there. He's meant to be down in 6th, so just have a flick back and hope he calms down. Not meant to be overtaken on the formation up there, but okay, maybe something that may be looked at. Surely this is not good to see by Hayes. So yeah, Hayes now disqualified and put back to the grid. Unfortunately, Granny Boy went with him, so that's not something we want to see there, and I'm actually disappointed in Hayes. It's just hold your place and get on with it, and happy days. But moving on, all drivers on the soft compounds. The tyres here in Germany are the ultra soft purple marked tyres, soft yellow marked tyres, and mediums white marked tyres. So yeah, one stop can be done, soft to medium. It is fairly easy. It's just about when you come on to the mediums, off to softs, unless damage, of course, or carnage happens between 7 drivers, which on the formation lap it already has. So we'll see how this goes. I don't see any driver touching the ultra soft unless they have a serious moment at the start of the race or throughout the race, and maybe just getting some time back, but who knows. So there you can see Granny Boy in the McLaren sat on pole, probably looking at his mirror at that Mercedes thinking, what were you doing? Maybe wanted to prep the car given what the quali conditions were. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I believe all drivers will be on a one stop. 7 of them here racing. Watch that pink car though. We do not want that view, we want this view. 5 lights. Are we going to get the delayed start? We always get, and they are out, and yes we are. Give it second and they will be going now. And everyone's got away well. The Ferrari of Uzi has got up the inside of Granty Boy. Everyone's doing nicely. The Ferrari there of Uzi cut in turn 1. That is very, very naughty. That's gaining a massive advantage if you ask me. But the second Ferrari, Wallace Pup, having a massive moment there as the battle continues between S. Graham and Granty Boy, and S. Graham is drifting. I don't know if he was forced off there. Yellow flags are out, but here is S. Graham with Luke Smile behind him. It's all kicked off a little bit, not what you want to see, but Wallace Pup looking to make a move on Jamie James, thinks better of it, with Hayes just behind these two. Jamie James is extremely wide and Wallace Pup is on it, which is great to see. Wallace Pup, last time he showed me his time to time was using no assist, and fair play to him. Hopefully he can push on from here. So Granty Boy and Uzi up at the front. It's around the second mark with Luke Skywalker in the background, making his own little track up as he goes along, but all that turbulent air running a bit wide is expected. So Granty Boy just starting to eke the gap or hold it around the second mark. So we'll see how that goes going around lap 2, unless there's a mistake by Uzi. But Wallace Pup really attacking the track here, every inch as he goes. So Uzi setting the pace of 120.7, and the field are coming. It's actually nice to see him. And Wallace Pup, what have you done? Oh my days. Lap 2, turn 1. An unfortunate little event there. He did promise me huge things, giving the race a top 5, but I'll give him the top step there for the theatrical finish there. But as we now jump on board with Uzi and Granty Boy looking for the switch back at the hairpin. It is the best way to get the overtake done if you can't get it done into the corner itself. But now can Uzi hold it around? Nope. Granty Boy getting a little nudge there, I think. Both get around the corner though, and all is game on. Whoa, Uzi really catching the bumps there, may have damaged his floor, who knows, but Granty Boy now has his lead back. I guess off the start I'd be saying to myself all is fair now, but the man they want to watch is Jamie James, who is only 2.5 seconds off the leader. So yeah, sort of, yeah, 2.5. The rest of the field's spread out a little bit nicely as it goes at the moment, so no real battles carrying on. So we'll stick on board with Uzi and Granty Boy with DRS now in effect. DRS zones are the pit straight in between turns 1 and 2, and this DRS zone that's been here for a while now. I found it on Sunday. It was quite long because you could really get the momentum on the driver in front into the corner and get the move done. But maybe Granny Boy and Uzi really running similar downforce levels here. So looks like a battle we could see going on throughout this whole race. And Uzi's a driver, like I said and said throughout the season, you got to keep your eye on him. You normally never know what he's going to do, but he's gone with the rest of the field here this evening and really having a problem on the exit curve there. And that's going to do his car not good with the floor, but maybe that's just his line. But I know from Sunday, if you went out there, I picked up a warning there, so I have to be careful. Penalties could affect his race, but now coming around to start lap 4, he's got all 3 DRS zones active for him, so let's see if this helps him actually get a run. But he's dropped off massively there in one corner, so I don't know if he was very cautious there against Granny Boy, but he's just missed out DRS here, so his Granny Boy just upped his pace a little bit here. But no, there's really not enough. Uzi, from what I can see, Uzi's got his in one, so maybe just saving a bit of energy for a little bit later. But yeah, you may want to stay in DRS if you're going to start doing that. That'll probably help a lot more. So maybe playing a long game here and trying to figure out Granny Boy. But going about his business in the Pink Panther. That's of Force India is Jamie James, and it'll be interesting to see what he does when he gets up to these two, because this will be the first time he's had a fight with these two for a lead of a race. And yeah, if there's one piece of advice I'll give him if he's listening to the live stream, these two will fight you, so be careful. But yeah, all the top 3 now in the region of what, 2.2 seconds now. All 3 cars here, all in the same shot, so good to see. It's nice to see the Sun not here running away with it, but it's a shame he can't be here this evening. It seems we've got 2 kind of battles going on now, and that would be the front 3 here, and Hayes at S. Graham, and Luke Smywalker is very, very close to S. Graham. So we're going to jump back here with both cars with DRS and the car with the downforce levels, and I think it's Luke Smywalker the way he got up to the side of S. Graham there. So down into the hairpin we go. We'll see who's got what, but S. Graham has got no DRS now. Can Luke Smywalker get it done? S. Graham already choosing he's going to defend the inside. Luke Smywalker, is it all the way around the outside or switch back? Going all the way round. Is he going to be left to space? A little bit of a tap. And S. Graham claims the position back. So yeah, that was an interesting little battle that's brewing up back here for 5th and 6th with what is the first DNF of the German Grand Prix. So up at the front, keep an eye on it, and Uzi's now falling off the place. It's basically 2 seconds now. Granny Boy, yeah, 2.1 has the lead over Uzi, but Jamie James is really sort of clawing onto the back of Uzi now. So I think we just jump up here, as you can see, there it is. I don't know if Uzi is really struggling or what, but Jamie James now has DRS, so Jamie James is one to really make the move as soon as possible, get on with it and take on his next victim, and that's his type of style. So looks like he's got a fair bit of straight line speed the way he caught up to the back of Uzi, not turning up the ERS. There it is, giving it everything now. ERS is in mix 5, engine's probably in rich. What's Uzi got, if anything, to defend? It doesn't look like much at all. Jamie James has got the move done already. It'd be a bit tight into the hairpin now. May have come back a little bit more towards the racing line, but no, Uzi didn't really sort of counter into that, and no switchback or nothing off the hairpin. So Jamie James touching the grass there, a little bit of a lock-up, so I wonder how his tyres are doing, but Uzi desperately looks like he's trying to cling on to the DRS now, not let Jamie James go. And Granny Boy will now see he has Jamie James chasing him down in 2nd place now, and yeah, this will be interesting. See how this goes. Granny Boy is one of the drivers that does like a battle, and can't wait for the grid to be full. So him and Jamie James might have a nice little ding dong later, but Uzi has held on to DRS there, so Uzi may be carrying a bit too much downforce here in Germany, or a little bit too little on the front, because the way he's not hitting those, well, he's hitting apexes, but it's the way he's coming off from the exits. He's really running wide. But who knows? Could be just driving style, as they say. He's out of DRS, so Jeremy James flying away. The gap has remained the same between Jeremy James and Granny Boy, so yeah, we're keeping an eye on that. But the two drivers back here again, still going at it. It's for 5th place, guys, this, and Luke Smywalker, is he going to go all the way around the outside again? This time he's trying it again, still gets squeezed out. If that's the 3rd time that that's happened, I'll be getting a bit annoyed with Luke Smywalker and trying to switch it up. You know, the best one I've used going up there is the double dummy. You know, they go to defend the right side, you come across left, driver will naturally always come back to the left, you switch back, they've already made their move, the gap's there then. Might be worth giving that a go, Luke Smywalker, if you fancy it, but we'll see how these two go as they come around the next time. Jeremy James has lost a couple of attempts on this lap to the leader, Granny Boy, but Germany is a very long race, and yeah, concentration is needed with it being 34 laps long. So what's this, round 5, round 6 between these two? So S. Graham, what have you got defensively again against Luke Smywalker? No real attack into turn 2 there. Luke may have ran a little bit too deep or for the run down to the hairpin, but we'll see how this goes. He's still within sort of half a second. There's a long way back to throw an attack though. Sticking to the outside, and the S. Graham's still defending fresh air a bit there, but is Luke not trying to switch back? Is he hoping to get the run down that acceleration by the Renault? Don't think so. So it'll be onwards and upwards again. But an update of the lead, Granny Boy is actually pulling away from Jeremy James quite drastically. James had a moment, or is he just in, yeah, it looks like he's just in absolute cool off mode and maybe just recharging everything. I don't know though, he's got 100% and he isn't doing anything with it, so maybe just playing a game here this evening. He did this out in Austria last time he was with us. So we jump back to these two, S. Graham in the Renault and Luke Smywalker in the Haas. Closest battle on track. Granny Boy now with a 3.4 second lead. Luke Smywalker really hooking up the apex. Looked like he had to back out of it. He thought he was going to hit the Renault, but has he got a better run? He's got a better run there. This is going to put him in an attack on the Renault. As I said, I would probably go for the double dummy, try the left. Once the drivers move back across, go back to the right. What is Luke going to do? Is he? No, he's still trying the outside line. This looks like switchback mode now. Lovely, very nicely executed there, but he just hasn't got the traction. Beautifully done, braking right, turning right, coming off the corner, everything's done, no traction. So that was a shame. That was absolutely beautifully done there. The Renault running wide, missing the apex. This is going to allow the Haas to get tight. Gap throughout the field, everything seems to be 2 seconds apart from Granny Boy, who's got a 4.1 second lead over Jeremy James now. So yeah, that's a bit of a surprise to me. Knowing both drivers, maybe Jeremy James has got something installed later, but no advantage. Oh, Luke Smywalker, very forceful there, but as we've seen off the live stream, that the Renault's been just as forceful as you can see there. So these two, for 5th and 6th, are really getting their elbows out and let the leaders carry on. This is a battle to watch. Luke Smywalker has made improvements in his racing throughout this season, and S. Graham is no real slouch. He is a pretty good driver, so or racer for that matter. Luke Smywalker is running out of ERS now. S. Graham will have this covered off. No ERS now, Luke. It might be time to just stick in the slipstream of that Renault and recharge the batteries and go again, but the Renault's round wide there, so yeah, but no real attack there. Turn the batteries down. Granny Boy picking up a 3-second time penalty now, so that gap is 4.4, isn't it? 1.4 as it stands. No penalties for Jeremy James at the moment, so Granny Boy may want to be a bit careful, you know. 4.3 second leads, plenty of time, just monitor it and keep the gap there. There we go, S. Graham, Luke Smywalker, back round we go. good stuff here. I've just noticed Uzi's, and the gap between Uzi and Hayes is sort of 1.2, so Uzi may have a very, very low downforce setup here, and it's just not working for him in Germany. But yep, back to the action. Hess won't attack into turn 1. No point attacking into turn 2. Hold back, sit back. If I were you now, Luke, keep the ERS turned down and recharge the battery the whole lap now. A Renault driver has got plenty of ERS and you need it, so yeah, I would be keeping it on 1, chilling out, and well, you might even get a run of him on here. So 198 miles, 198 miles an hour. Trying the switchback. Whoa, got the traction that time, but was going to plough into the Renault, so it seems the Renault's got the traction, the Haas has got the straight line speed with the capability of following another car, so just need to find a bit of traction. But maybe the softs are now coming into the end of their life now, which they would be. We're on lap 11, and Haas, yeah, looking quite calm and steady. I've just noticed up ahead, Hayes is latched to the back of Uzi, who's now running wide, and that floor's probably destroyed. May explain some of his loss of pace and time. Yeah, what's Hayes got in a straight line? We will keep an eye on S. Graham, Luke Smowell. The gap is now, well, it's back down to half a second, but let's see what Hayes has got up against Uzi here, fighting for the podium. So the battles are starting to kick off between all 6 drivers that are here. Jeremy James has actually pulled 2 temps back in on Granty Boy, maybe 3. The Mercedes driver of Hayes not looking for a move. Has he got better traction than the Ferrari? He has, and he's definitely going past him. He's done it before, the little kink of the right-hander. What's Uzi going to do? Inside or outside? Picks the inside really late on the brakes. Woo! Ferrari nearly spinning around. A bit like Vettel in Monza, so yeah, maybe there is something wrong with that Ferrari being rear-end heavy. But we just noticed the Haas are still at it, nose to tail. We will jump back on board with Uzi shortly. Well, now actually. Excuse me. Who's, yeah, still there, so now it's your turn, Uzi. See what you've got up against the Mercedes, if you can keep that car on track around the exits. But Granty Boy in the pits, first to blink on lap 13. The softs will go to about lap 15, 16. I've actually taken a set to lap 18 before, new. I must admit there was a bit of downforce on the car though. So Uzi now is within striking distance, I'd say. Well, you can see it, look at that. That is some serious straight line speed that Ferrari has got. Up to the braking zone. Is he going to be able to keep it on the track? Nicely tucked in. Hayes wanting to turn in earlier than Uzi would let him. Mercedes has got really, really good traction, but they come out there quite equal. Mercedes, I hope Uzi didn't lose a bit of his front wing, didn't look like anything flew off, but these two having a nice little ding-dong. There has been a change. The Renault is gone. S. Graham has had a massive moment there, lost some of his front wing, and that will be pits, nose change, and mediums for now. Granny Boy has rejoined in for 13.2 seconds off the lead, which Jamie James currently holds, which I believe, no, he's in, he's responded. What are Hayes and Uzi going to do? Are they going to, if I were them, I would eke out another lap or two, because what I find with the mediums around here, you leave a few more laps than your competitor, and you should be better off at the end. It's not like other traps where it's the life at the start or whatnot. This, it really does pay off around Germany. It seems, no matter what you do, if your laps are, if your tyres are 1 lap, 2 lap, 3 lap, 4 lap older than the car behind you, he will catch you no matter what you do. So yeah, Jamie James got the fresher tyres compared to Granty Boy, but only by a lap. These two are the two I'm interested in. Now, when do they pit? They will be being but when do they? Because now Jamie James may start to eke in that on Granty Boy. Over the sort of couple of seasons I've raced with him, he seems to have a pace on the harder compound tyres around the tracks in the race. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that pays off. But Granty Boy is no no real slouch. He knows what he's doing. So, but then again, we all know Jamie James can give us a bit of a show and make us wait. But now Uzi, it seems to be they're going in one after lap after lap. But Uzi's made a big mistake there and actually gone into the gravel. That will give Hayes a big advantage when Uzi and Hayes re-emerge on track together, probably the next lap or two. Granny Boy's now set the pace of a 1:15.5. Not a bad time there, but Jamie James has now picked up a 3-second time penalty, so it's all square on the front for the lead. So if Jamie James was holding something back, just trying to pick it up off the time penalty alone, he's now going to have to push a bit harder. S. Graham, just noticed, had his little moment, but come out with a set of ultra soft tyres. That will be interesting. They can do about 7 laps. He should get the fastest lap of the race, hands down. But we'll see what happens with his call now. But he's a long way off, and I believe that is race over for him. But finishing 6th, 8 points, that'll do. Job done. But moving on from that, the leader, Uzi's now picked up a 3-second time penalty. I believe Hayes, I could be wrong, hasn't picked one up yet, so he could really benefit from all of it with the time penalties. Hayes just missing the gravel there. Just noticed, yeah, Granny Boy's gone through. Luke Smywalker's in front of Uzi. It won't mean much, but here comes, there he is, Luke Smywalker in the pits. S. Graham's now picked up a 3-second time penalty. Uzi, here we go, this is going to be quite tight. Not as tight as I thought, but Hayes has got the job done. That trip into the gravel for Uzi gave that away, and now it's down to Hayes, get the tyres up to temperature as quick as you can and try and keep Uzi out of DRS, but it's about a second, so Hayes is really going to have to get on with it, and it wouldn't surprise me if Uzi's, he's in overtake, he's got everything pedal to the metal, so he's really trying to hunt Hayes down, so we'll keep an eye and see what happens. Capital lead, Granny Boy's still currently leading. In fact, I'll tell you what we will do, because there are only 6 with 1 retiree. Wallace Pepler was 7th. Have a little rundown of the order. So Granny Boy in the lead for McLaren, currently 4.2 seconds ahead of Jamie James. Jamie James in the Force India, here for the revenge with us this evening. Now 3.9, so maybe he's realised I've got to get on with this now if I want to win this race. So Jamie James in second. Big crash, big crash. Ooh, Hayes and Uzi. That will be interesting to what happened there. I was hoping to give Christmas as the stewards Christmas off, but Uzi now going to have to pit. What's he doing? He has got damage. Yeah, that is Uzi. That is not good to see. Yeah, I believe the stewards will have something to deal with there, as Hayes and Uzi have had a massive moment where Vettel crashed out in the actual German Grand Prix. So I don't know if Hayes has picked up any damage from that. If he has, everything seems intact from what I can see. Jump on board. No damage to the left side. There is quite a bit of damage to the left side. I'd say maybe yellow orange, it'd be on his I think the symbol for the pits is on, so yeah, this would be saying that it's a fair chunk and he probably should pit. It's be interesting. He is on the medium tyres, guys, not the softs. That's just a little glitch with the game, so I'm pretty sure he won't want to stop if he can carry this damage, but Luke Smywalker's 4.2 seconds behind him. He's gaining bit by bit, so this might be the battle to keep an eye on at the moment. Luke Smywalker joining the gap, but I've just noticed up at the front, gap's now down to 3.4. Jamie James is starting to reel in Granty Boy. Might have been what he had planned to do in the outset of his race. Hayes now picks up a 3-second time penalty, so that's all top 3 have at least 1 time penalty, so it is, as it stands, all fair and square. So Luke Smywalker still around 4.2 seconds, and yeah, really, if he probably doesn't know Hayes has got the damage, probably saw the smoke in the gravel from a distance coming around the corner, But yeah, you won't know Hayes has got damage unless he listens to the live broadcast. So yeah, that's interesting. We'll see how these two go. Gap looks to have increased actually to 5 seconds. So Luke Skywalker really needs to get on and push on now with Hayes having damage to his car. Jerry James is now 3.6 seconds behind the leader, so what is going on between these two? You never know, one of them could have the downforce for the tricky corners and the other one's got the straight line speed. The gap now down to 3.3, and I believe it's Jammy James with a bit more downforce. 3.2, we'll see what's going on. Yeah, there you go, starting to increase, dropped a little bit, increased, it's increasing a little bit, so I'd say the McLaren driver's definitely got 1 mile an hour in the straights, so maybe a bit less downforce than Jammy James in his Force India, because as you can see he's really clawing it back at the hairpin, and it's probably this sector and the last sector, so it seems he's really getting some good time back from turn 1 in clawing his way into this lead of Granny Boy. We've got a car, who's that? Hayes, I don't know if he's just had a moment or if he's let Luke Skywalker past. That'll be interesting to know. But yeah, there you go. Jammy James still around the final sector, stadium section. It's now 2.8, so Jammy James has got the downforce on the car. I believe Granny Boy's only got straight line speed and a 15.0 from Jammy James, the new fastest lap of this race. So the gap's down to 2.3. Jammy James is now, I believe, sort of doing what he's hoping to fend off Granny Boy, who's come across some traffic there. Is that S. Graham? S. Graham, oh my days. We have caught two massive whoa, 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 whoa. Right, yeah. That's going to be dealt with quite swiftly, and we just keep an eye on what goes on here. Yeah, no guys, just don't do it, just get on with your race. It will be dealt with afterwards. Get on with your race, don't drop to that. That was absolutely horrendous, drivers there. Just keep an eye on these two now coming past with S. Graham. Don't interfere with their race. And what has he just... I hope that was an attempt to get out of the way. This is not good to see by S. Graham in the slightest. I hope he goes in the pits and retires and gets the hell out of here, if you want the truth. Luke Skywalker, Hayes having an interesting battle. Jammy James, now that is absolute respect. Jammy James, Hayes are here. I don't know what Hayes is doing. I know what Jammy James is doing. He is waiting for the McLaren driver to emerge and give him back the position. So Luke Skywalker may be in the lead, and it's good to see him, but this is absolute top notch by Jammy James. He was involved in what happened with S. Graham, and he's just waiting for Granny Boy to come back, and I believe Hayes may have just clicked onto this. And where is Granny Boy? Go Granny. Right, Jammy James was waited. He's tried to give him the signal to go, but now they are all back racing it. So there you go. I think the McLaren driver's got the hint now, and there is the pain in the backside that caused all that. But that was great sportsmanship to see from Hayes, Jammy James, for Granny Boy there. Luke Skywalker obviously absolutely oblivious to what happened there away now, but yeah, that will be dealt with rather swiftly, and S. Graham will be removed from the league in a heartbeat. That is unacceptable, and I will leave it at that. So, Granny Boy, Jammy James, Hayes, be interesting. Granny Boy's on a set of ultra softs now, So Jeremy James waiting for him. That's going to be interesting. Jeremy James will go to the end. Granty Boy will have to pit again, I think. I'm just trying to go in the ultras, do what, 12 laps. I don't even want to know what's happening here. Yeah, we will keep going with the event and the result will stand, but I believe S. Graham has just taken Hayes out. But yeah, this is not what we want to see, and this is an absolute disgrace. Uzi is now left. Hayes, S. Graham's left, and will have left for good by the time we've removed him. I can only apologise about the people that will be viewing this. That driving here is unacceptable, and you will not see S. Graham on our books again. So, not good to see, but it's good that it happens because it allows us to explain. If you want to come here and drive like that, you do have a race and you will be gone. So, yeah. Now we're down to 3 because of someone's stupidity. But, yeah, he can move on to someone else now, be someone else's problem in the league. We shall be doing a lot of sorting out in the Christmas period. Thank God we have a 2-week break. So it's going to be interesting. Granite Boy is really pushing. You should have to stop again. Those tyres will be absolutely rapid for the first 5 or 6 laps they're on, and then they will fall apart. You can see Granite Boy in the distance there, just going around the hairpin. So long way back off Luke Smowalker, who is going to pick up a win. I believe it might be his second or third win of this season. So all records will be updated come December 28th though. So yeah, on that nutshell guys about S. Graham, if you are interested in joining and don't drive like an absolute dunce, feel official from racing and you can have his spot. So there you go. Can't believe it's happened, but the 3 drivers that are going to reap massive rewards from this race are Luke Smowalker, who's going to claw his way back up into a good position in the standings. Granny Boy with McLaren, they're going to claw some more points on Force India, Toro Rosso, who have had quite a dreadful last 2 races, this race and Silverstone. So I believe even Son had a off racing in Austria with his teammates, so I think he finished 4th and 5th. So not great for Toro Rosso over the last 3 races. This race has been an exception because of S. Graham. I can only apologise to Hayes, who probably would have messaged the page by now and had his say whatnot with what happened there. So yeah, moving on from that, Luke Smowalker. Gap is coming down half a second there, half a second there to Granny Boy, but Granny Boy will not have the tyres left to even attack Granny Boy. So Jeremy James though in the Force India, who, yeah, he ever have his little funny moment, but absolute respect for that. That is great to see. If there would have been more drivers on track, would he have done it? Don't know, me and Jeremy James, but no, top notch, man. You cannot fault that sportsmanship at all. And I'm pretty sure Granny Boy will be very, very grateful. And Granny Boy is now 1.45 seconds up Luke Smowalker's lead. I don't think these tyres will last, but if they do, Luke Smowalker's in trouble here. I don't know what Granny Boy's like with his tyres, if he's an aggressive driver or not, but we'll jump on board a minute with only 3 drivers. And as you can see from the inside shoulders of each tyre, when that part goes like a dull, horrible colour, you'll be able to see the difference. From right now, you're just seeing the shadow reflected off the tyre. But they seem in good nick, and it's been on them 4 laps now. Give it another 4 to 6 laps, we'll come back and check how they're doing. going in, but the gap's now down to 17.6. Granty Boy hitting very low. Smywalker's hitting high 15s, low 16s, and Jeremy James is just there, sitting pretty. Probably knows Granty Boy's got a pit again, and knowing Jeremy James, he's probably absolutely disgusted with what's happened here this evening. It was meant to be a good event, but yeah, so it could get interesting towards the end, but I believe it won't because of the tyres Granty Boy's on. If he would have had a spare set of if he would have had a new set of soft tyres left and gone on set them, it may have been doable depending on fuel level and deployment of hers. So yeah, bit of a boring end to the German Grand Prix, guys, and we do apologise about that, but it is what it is, and unfortunately it's going to have to stand as an official result due to mass disconnections. But Jeremy James now picking up a 3-second time penalty, so that will put him up to 6. Granty Boy I think is on 3, and there is the stop. Granty Boy hitting the gravel. Jeremy James is in the pits as well, and I believe this is out of disrespect to what Granty Boy did. But yeah, if I was Jeremy James now, I'd say, right, come in, I'll give you down for no fault of your own because of what you did, and now I'm going to take the fight to you. Jeremy James is serving a 5-second stop and go penalty as well, so this will be interesting. I believe he had one for what was deemed illegal blocking, but I will state, I believe Hayes was doing the same thing, and if Jeremy James does approach these stewards and asks for that to be removed, we will remove that due to the circumstances. So Granty Boy still on a set of ultras, flying around, got a bigger lead over Jeremy James now. These will get him to the end, so brand new. Jeremy James on the same gap to the leader, 30.7. Is that doable over 7 laps? No, not even with nitrous oxide, so unless Luke Smywalker makes an absolute drastic error, mistake into turn 1, turn 2, hairpin, I don't see him losing this race, so yeah. German Grand Prix, it was a bit interesting in qualifying, looked like a bit of an interesting race through the start, and then in the middle, and then it got absolute silly, so gonna have to apologise again, guys, but disgraceful. And yeah, we are an official front row racing, and if you do want a seat to drive in the lead, drop us a message. You can find us on Facebook, and yeah, we'll get you involved in the racing as soon as possible. So yeah, we did have 7 DNFs now are Hayes, Uzi and Wallisper, with S. Graham being a dismissal. So, I don't know, Granty Boy's just taken 2 seconds out of Luke Smywalker on the lap Luke Smywalker is on now, and it's 27.4, so I don't see a miracle happening, but if there was a sign, the gap's now down to 27.0, that's 3 seconds, and it can't be a lap. Can't even be a lap. We'll follow lap 29, we'll follow Granty Boy and see what the gap is when he crosses the line, and see how much damage he is doing to Luke Smywalker, because if he's just taken that amount of time out